Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, Optimizing Channel Inventory with Price Protection, Stock Rotation Incentives using SAP S/4HANA and our Channel Management Solution, brought to you by Accrete Consulting Solutions. My name is Ajay. I'm heading Marketing Communication at Accrete. So before we dive in, let's go over a few housekeeping items. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the question box. We will address them during the presentation and also have a Q&A session at the end. This webinar is being recorded and will be sent to you afterward for your reference and to share with your colleagues. So let me start with the agenda that we have today. So first, definitely, we will have a quick introduction session. And after that, we will start the presentation with why high-tech semiconductor and manufacturing companies should use SAP S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition. Then we will talk about channel management challenges that high-tech semiconductor and manufacturing companies are facing and how they can solve them. In the end, we will definitely have an integrated demo of SAP S/4HANA Public Cloud and Channel Management Solution. And of course, in the end, we will try to take questions and we will have a Q&A session. So what we will do is we will start with the introductions of our panelists. I would request them to share the brief introduction with our audience. So first we have Ashish Saxena. He is VP Global Delivery at Accrete Consulting Solution. Ashish.
Yeah, hi, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ashish Saxena. I'm responsible for all project delivery at Accrete. I have been doing ERP and CRM solutions for 25 plus years and worked in multiple business processes like, pre-sales, lead to opportunity, order to cash, service to cash, channel sales, incentive management, warehouse management, financials, etc. And prior to starting Accrete in 2008, I worked for KPMG Bearing Point for about 10 years. So yeah, looking forward to talking to you guys.
Thank you, Ashish. And we have Angel Cruz. He is Global VP at SAP. Angel.
Perfect. Well, first start, thank you for having me. I'm glad to have to be with you here, and I'm looking forward to our discussion. And just like Ashish, I'm around 25 years of experience working with cloud solution, with SAP solutions, mainly focused on the ERP. And for the last 6 years, I've worked with SAP, specifically on Grow with SAP and S4 Cloud Public Edition. And I'm part of SAP Product Marketing or SAP Solution Management and working on Grow with SAP.
Thank you, Angel. And we have Suresh Kumar. He is founder and CEO of Incent4. Suresh.
Thanks, Ajay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Suresh Kumar, founder CEO of Incent4. We have a suite of revenue management applications, like channel data management, incentives and rebates, sales commissions, and royalties. And we work very closely with Accrete as a partner. And I have more than 25 years actually building products and solutions in the revenue management space deployed to Fortune 500 companies. We'll have a short demo of some of the features, especially related to price protection, stock rotation, etc., after the presentation. Over to you.
Yes, Suresh. Okay. Thank you. So without further delay, let's kick off today's presentation with Angel. So Angel, please take over.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again for having me and welcome everyone. I brought a few slides to talk about the value proposition of Grow with SAP for high-tech and manufacturing companies. And let me start opening with explaining what the Grow with SAP is still the strategic offering from SAP for all sizes of companies, large and mid-sized companies, and it does that by bringing two key solutions into the offering. The first one is S4 Cloud Public Edition at the core, your cloud ERP, as well as SAP Business Technology Platform, SAP BTP. And that platform is used to extend the solution, to integrate the solution, and for your artificial intelligence use cases. So this solution, this offering really is for companies that want to stick to the standard best practices, to the processes that are being run by the largest companies in the world, and SAP has refined over 50 years, as well as stay always on the latest version or the latest release of the ERP by adopting all the innovations that SAP deliver monthly and as well as biannually with the upgrades. This solution also brings the value that comes with the qualities of all SaaS solutions, in this case, Cloud ERP solution. So what are the benefits that we are seeing in some of the high-tech and manufacturing companies that are using Grow with SAP and S4 Cloud Public Edition at this point? So first, simplification of the daily work. And it does that by the embedded AI, artificial intelligence processes that we have in the Cloud ERP. We have right now running 250 plus that are actually part of your processes and automate a lot of the tasks, bringing your users focus to those value-added tasks, also allowing you to grow your business, not to be limited. It's a full-grown, full-scope ERP that comes with best practices and allows you to standardize your template if you wish and expand to new countries, new industries very easily. And finally, securing your success. And it does that with Accelerate for Grow with SAP, which is a set of tools, methodologies, and services that you're probably familiar with, like the Digital Discovery Assessment, SAP Cloud ALM, SAP Activate, etc. And if you go to the next slide, this is the reason why the momentum is here and why it's now is we have been working on the solutions in 2017, and you'll see that we have been flat growth for the first 4 years as we were maturing the message, maturing the solution, and increasing the functionality of the solution for certain type of industries, such as high tech. But starting 2022, you see that we have tripled the customers that we have, and we'll go into the industries a little bit later, and as well almost triple in 2023. So definitely after 4 years of flat growth, we are seeing a great momentum. I'm sure you're aware of the creation of Grow with SAP in Q3 2023, and as we bundled that and created that adding those additional solutions around the Cloud ERP, we have brought more value to the customers. If you go to the next one, and this is not only, as you can see on the very left, the service industries, which was professional services, which were S4 Cloud Public Edition was born, and that's why you still retain that 37% of the overall deals and customers that are live. But it expanded over the last 2 years to many other industries, including consumer, energy, and discrete. And here, as you can see, we have 17% for high-tech and manufacturing companies going into, as you see on the right, 19% of the live customers. And we are seeing this mix of industries stabilizing and therefore decreasing the service, consumer industries and energy by having more public services and discrete. So this really is a solution that's now ready to run for most of the industries in the market. And as I said, is bringing also the value to small companies, mid-sized companies, and large enterprises. Go to the next one, please. So what is the value that these customers experience? They experience reduced revenue leakage, increased revenue, increased cash forecast, of course, powered by AI, reduced days of closing, probably from an average of 20 days into 3 to 5 days on closing books, and finally reduce data integration cost, especially when you go into this bundle, into this solution offering suite from SAP solutions. And all these values that the S4 Cloud brings translates into 2.4 annual increase in customer lifecycle time, 4 times quicker time to market in product release, and finally 40% faster business model innovation, as well as growth and expansion of the solution. I think this is all I have for you. Do you want to get it back to Ashish?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Angel. Now, to discuss challenges in challenge management and solution, I would pass on to Suresh.
Ajay, can you give me? Okay. Ajay, I don't.
Yeah.
Can you the screen?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Thanks. Thanks, Angel. Thanks, Ajay. So I got two parts I want to cover today. One is a short discussion on channel data management. It's what are the challenges and some of the solutions, and then the second part of the discussion is on the how do you manage optimal inventory in the channel. So if you look at the CDM challenges, the main topic is how do you collect revenue quality data, right? Of course, you can get your channel partners to report your inventory and POS and claims, but it's got a lot of issues, especially if you have a lot of partners who are submitting data in their specific format, and they use their own delivery methods. Like some partners might want to submit in Excel, EDI, CSV, or send it by email, FTP. That is a big challenge, and especially if you have a lot of channel partners. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. So the second big challenge is a lot of times this is a manual process. When they send data in spreadsheets, you use custom solutions and manipulate spreadsheets, and which increases the human error, and you end up with bad channel data. Another big challenge is are the partners submitting data on time? I mean, that's just one piece of it. But then once you have the data, there is a finite amount of time it takes to process that data, and this can be long timelines, because it depends on how you ingest that data, whether it's all done manually, the calculations, adjustments and corrections. So this, all this takes time. So this is a challenge, and you want a pretty automated system so that you can deliver the processed revenue quality data to your sales team and the marketing team on time. Another big challenge is the data that you get from the partners are with respect to their information system, their ERP system. So, your POS data have customer names, bill to, ship to, your products and various other fields, and they are all going to be in the partners format in the partners information system. And so you have to match all that with what's in your information system, whether it's ERP system or your CRM system. Another big challenge is transparency. It's very key, especially for dispute resolution when it comes to incentives, of rebates, payments. You want to make sure that there is complete transparency between what the partner sees and what you see, so that there is less likelihood of any kind of disputes. So ultimately, it all matters. What matters is, do you have good channel visibility? That is, do you have accurate report on sales, inventory, and claims, and also have the ability to measure how your partner is performing? So these are all the big challenges. And our solution, just to give you a quick overview, is this is your partner network. You have let's say you have distributors and resellers or contract manufacturers, who are sending you data either through email, Excel, EDI, SFTP, all those various mechanisms. So it comes into our channel management system, and it has four main components. The first one is the processing pipeline. So the data that comes in gets automatically processed without any human intervention. So it cleanses the data, it maps into some standard data format, normalizes it, does validation because you want to make sure that the date formats are right, the currency code is right, et cetera, et cetera. And then you want to enrich the data with, match your data to the build to ship to in the manufacturer's ERP system or the CRM system, and enrich it with territory, region, and all the customer hierarchy, etc. And then you want to do an independent valuation of these transactions, even though the partners report what they bought it at or what the resale price is, etc. I think you want to do an independent valuation and make sure that it's all correct. The second component is what I call sales in, sales out analysis. Partners do report inventory, but especially if you're if you have to value inventory, etc., you want an accurate report of inventory in the channel. And we do the sales in, sales out analysis. It's also called inventory reconciliation, where we can calculate what the ending inventory should be, and then you can reconcile that with what the channel partners are reporting. The third component of CDM is a partner scorecard, and this is how you can give a score to your partner's performance. That's, are they meeting their revenue expectations? Are they meeting their inventory expectations, etc. And the fourth component is the partner portal, and this is very critical. This is how you collaborate and communicate and share information with your partner. The whole idea is you want to make it easy to do business with your partners. So you want to make sure that all the tools have all the ingredients to make it easy for you to work with the channel partners. And this and the CDM will produce the revenue quality data that you can then feed into all your downstream revenue management applications like sales commissions, commission splits, incentives and rebates, royalties, etc. We do have all these applications, but we can feed this data to, if you have your own revenue management applications, this data can be fed there. And of course, we feed that to S/4HANA or whatever the ERP system is. So this is what the processing pipeline looks like. It's completely automated. So the first phase is ingesting the data, then whether it's coming by email or EDI, then it transforms the data into a canonical form, maps it, then normalizes and validates the data. And then it enriches with customer information and product hierarchy, region, territory, and then do an independent valuation. And this whole process is automated in our system. And we're going to demonstrate this as part of the demo later on. Okay. Now, that was about CDM, and now talking specifically about channel inventory. What are some of the challenges on channel inventory? Of course, it's all about how to maintain optimal inventory in the channel, right? So why that's important? Because you definitely want to prevent stockouts and lost sales. You want to maintain that the product is available. So you never want to run into a scenario where there's no product to ship to the customer. Of course, on the other end is overstocking, stuffing the channel. You don't want excess and obsolete inventory lying around in the channel, because it increases the inventory holding costs for the partner. At the same time, it increases the inventory reserves that you have to take for your revenue recognition. So all this, again, channel visibility, it comes back to that. Do you have good visibility into all your sales? Can you look at your sales by products, customers, territory, market segments? And when it comes to inventory, are we going to get a stock out? Do we have too much excess inventory? You also want to see, which are the slow moving parts, which are the fast moving parts. So, all this is important. And the way you do that is have good channel visibility. And of course, another big challenge is, how accurately can you do demand forecasting, especially if you have seasonal products or with changing market trends and your customer behavior changes. So you want to be able to forecast your demands pretty reasonably well. And these are some of the best practices for managing a channel inventory. The first thing is have good channel visibility. That is accurate determination of your sales and inventory in the channel. And I use AI analytics and predictions to do your analysis on how much inventory and how much inventory you should maintain, etc. And I think having a good AI analytics is a recommended step. Partner portal. This is what makes it easy for your partners to do business with. So it allows you to collaborate and coordinate very easily, and you can share the data that they need to see, and so make it completely transparent. So that's a key element of doing ease of doing business with your channel partner. And of course, one of the key things to manage your inventory is running incentive programs specific to your inventory to push that out. And we have a wide variety of incentive programs we support. For example, rebates, various types of rebates, ship and debit, special pricing agreement, MDF and co-op funds, SPIFs, and of course, inventory-based incentives. And the ones that I highlighted in red are the ones that is very relevant to managing inventory. So price protection and stock rotation. I'm going to talk a little more about this, but those are the 4 programs we will focus on for the remainder of the discussion on how to manage inventory using incentive programs. So what is price protection? So this is a case where the manufacturer lowers the price, changes the price, and now your channel partner has inventory that they bought at a higher price. So usually manufacturers would have this price protection program where they would credit the whole amount or the difference between the original inventory price and the price change, what's in the inventory, right? And then the program, you can use a program to apply additional caps and threshold, that's min and max. You can say, I'm only going to credit to you a certain amount of dollars. So the key parameters to the price protection are price change, which is usually specified using a price book. It will come from the ERP system like S/4HANA. And then you also have to have an accurate calculation of the ending inventory on the price change date. And that's where our sales in, sales out reconciliation or the inventory reconciliation module can be used to do that accurate calculation so you don't overpay your channel partners. And the system, the analysis results, we prorate all the calculations to the individual sales transactions, which allows you to slice and dice data using any of the parameters on your transaction. And of course, as part of reporting, we roll it up to on the program level as well as on the the period level, so that you can see your credits that's being paid by your program or by the periods. And stock rotation is another inventory management incentive program where you allow the partner to return some percentage or all of the inventory, depends on what the contract is, or it can be scrapped. If the inventory is obsolete, if the product is obsolete, you can have them scrap it. So as part of the calculation, you can specify that I'm going to credit to you a percentage of the original inventory price, or you can specify what the actual stock rotation price is, and then you can, and whatever the quantity you have in stock, then you multiply by that, and that's your credit. And you can also apply some caps and thresholds. You can say that I'm only going to pay you a percentage of your sales in. So sales in is the invoices to that from the manufacturer to the channel partner. So you can specify all this additional constraints as part of that. The key parameters are, you can say this inventory is going to be scrapped, then you have to submit proof of, the partner has to submit proof of performance, or it can be a return, through this regular RMA mechanism. Again, we use the reconciled ending inventory for the calculations. Another incentive program that you can run to push inventory out is using what I call the bundle/mix product rebates. This is where you have some products in the inventory that's not moving fast. You can bundle that with a fast-moving product. You bundle that together and create a rebate program for that. Again, you can specify caps and thresholds for that. So here is an example where you say, I want to bundle 5 units of product A, which is not really moving fast, and then 1 unit of product B, which is a very fast moving product, and you could do that. Or you can get a little more complicated by saying, 8 units of product A, and instead of another product B, you can say any product family whose revenue is more than $100. So these are some various ways you can specify the bundle, but the idea is that you bundle a slow-moving part that's in inventory with the fast-moving part and create a rebate program. Okay. Again, everything is prorated to individual transactions, so you can create a very interesting dashboards to analyze your incentives. Another one which is much simpler is a volume rebate. You can create a volume rebate program that with a pretty significant percent credit for those parts that is laying in inventory. Okay. Again, the parameters are you can base it on quantity or revenue of the products, and you can create tiers. You can say 1 million to 2 million. This is you get 10% rebate, and 2 million to 4. 20% rebate, so you can create tiers and make it attractive that way. And that's what I have. Ashish, on to you.
Ashish, you are on mute.
Okay, thanks Suresh and Anil. So what I'm going to talk about is the end-to-end channel inventory process and how S/4HANA Public Cloud can help and enable it along with integration with channel management solution. So Accrete has built a packaged offering for high-tech manufacturing, consumer goods and semiconductor companies based on S/4HANA Public Cloud. Companies could range from 10 billion to 5 billion as well. And the whole idea is that we have a holistic view of the entire landscape, and we give you a full-fledged complete solution. So S/4HANA basically covers the record to report, the financials, the order to cash processes, the service processes, the procure to pay processes, supply chain, and manufacturing. And then you use a BTP platform, which is used for all integrations, all analytics, all development or applications which you can build. The idea behind S/4HANA Public Cloud is that you want to do fit to standard, whatever are the best practice processes which SAP has provided and which Accrete has developed with their experience. That includes S/4HANA and channel management both. And in addition, if you look at the other on the top, you have vendor invoice management, CRM, credit card, MES. All of these softwares are mostly required by any company to run their business. And we help integrate all of these. Some of them are pre-integrated, some of them will need to be integrated. Things like supplier collaboration as well. Now, the other thing is we also partner with a company called Uvix, which does advanced AI analytics, which can do some predictions, etc. And they also do planning and forecasting as well. Now, finally, coming to channel management, the entire suite of channel management solution, which I think Suresh mentioned, is the incentive program, all the components of it. What Suresh did mention was MDF, co-op funds, and even rebate management for end customers or distributors, sales compensation, royalty, and design registration as well. So this entire solution, what we offer is a package solution, including integration with channel management, which we have spent about last 9 months integrating, and all the processes in S/4HANA, and also the supporting systems, the end-to-end processes we help you implement. So now I'm going to focus primarily on integrated channel management process flow. So if you look on the left-hand side, you have master data components. So this is SAP S/4HANA, and you have channel management solution, and then you have the channel partners, which could be distributors, could be dealers, could be end customer, could be dealers and distributors, who basically sell to the end customers. So this solution actually not just benefits high-tech and semiconductor, which is very prevalent. Manufacturing companies also want to see, or any company which runs through the distribution network or uses indirect channel would want to see what the channel inventory is. So anyway, going forward, this you can see the customer or the sold to and shipped to in SAP, material and pricing. So we replicate that to the channel management system. That master data is needed for processing many transactions. Sales order is created in SAP S4 based on this information. So then sales order for a distributor is created. We basically ship it to the distributor, and an invoice is created in SAP. Now that invoice generates a sales in record in channel management system. So let's say there was a distributor. We'll take an example of Allied Materials as an example, and they sell material A 100 pieces. And in this invoice, that information comes in over here in the channel management system. So the channel inventory for that distributor Allied Material for material A is 100 pieces. Now that inventory goes to the distributor, they stock in their warehouse, and then they sell it to a end customer. It could be an end customer, it could be a dealer, and once they've sold it, they generate what is called a POS and send it to the channel management system, which will go through the CDM portion of it. CDM is a portion of the channel management solution, channel data management, which will basically, and they could send it in XML format, Excel format with their product numbers and names. They could give you their end customer as well, which you could potentially leverage to get that end customer information to sell your products additionally as well. But the channel data management solution cleanses and creates the records in your material number and in your format, and enhances and enriches it. And so in this case, let's say the distributor sold 50 pieces to a dealer or an end customer, then the channel inventory basically gets reduced by 50 pieces. So the channel inventory as of after the POS is going to be 50 pieces for distributor Allied Materials and material A. Now the distributors can also send inventory what they have in their system, because they also hold inventory. They would have a ERP system as well, so they can report what inventory is held by them and into the data management system, which will cleanse it and enhance it and make it ready to be used. And then you get the inventory in the channel management system. You perform inventory reconciliation. So in this example of material A, you had 50 pieces. If the distributor reports that, okay, we also have 50 pieces, there is no inventory reconciliation to be done there because it matches. If they report, okay, we have 49, so one piece is missing. So that's something which the channel management analyst needs to figure out. It could be a problem in our system, in the channel management system. It could be a problem in their system, or it may have to be written off, whatever the solution might be. So in this case, since the inventory reconciliation says it's a match, the channel inventory is 5 pieces. Now what happens is that, okay, this inventory is sitting, this material A, 50 pieces is sitting with the distributor for the last 1 year, and they're not able to sell it. And in the meanwhile, the price of this product, which they bought it was $100 and has now been reduced to $90, which means you can then now create a price protection program for this distributor Allied Materials and give them a credit for 100 minus 90 multiplied by 50, which is the inventory which is sitting there. So they can get a credit of $500. So that is what this price protection program in channel management does. And before that, once you have reduced the price from 100 to 90, this price automatically comes over into the channel management system as well, using this integration also. So this price protection program uses the channel inventory and the reduction in price to calculate the price protection amount. This goes into SAP, creates a price protection credit memo and credit memo request, which then gets invoiced, and a financial posting is generated. So the accounts receivable, which was created initially for the invoice, obviously gets offset by the credit, which is sent over from the price protection. And it obviously can be used for profitability analysis and additional financial reporting in SAP. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the system and show you a demo and how the integrated demo works. So before I do that, I just want to show you a quick slide on what we have done to integrate. So you have the products, customers, and pricing, which is the master data. SAP BTP is the tool which can be used for integration. There are tools like Event Mesh, Build, SAP Build. We have used these tools to move data between SAP to channel management. So any change or a creation of a product or a customer or pricing will get replicated to the channel management system automatically, almost in real time. Any invoices getting created will also come into channel management system as a sales in record. And any price protection payments which are generated from channel management will go over to SAP as a credit memo there. So now I'm going to, so these are the processes we're going to show. I already showed you the process flow, but I'm going to, in the interest of time, we will not show you the sales order and the shipping, but the whole idea is that the sales order has been created in the system already. It has been, the product has been shipped to the distributor. I will show the invoicing part of it, which will then trigger a sell-in record. And from where Suresh will show you how the sell-in record looks and how do you process the channel data which comes from distributors and POS and inventory and all the complete end-to-end process. So so now I'm in SAP S/4HANA public cloud system. Okay. So this is how it looks like. This is the home screen, and there's always a drag and drop, and you can make it customize the screen as you want to. And I have put favorite applications of managing sales orders and managing prices and displaying billing documents, etc. So these applications are based on roles what you have. So if you are an inside salesperson, you can see managing or creating sales orders, managing creating codes, manage pricing, etc. If you are a purchasing person, you can see purchasing processes and contract purchase requisitions, purchase orders, etc. In addition, you can also see some to-do items where you can approve, if there are any workflows or any tasks to be performed, you can do that as well from the home screen. You can also look at some analytics. Again, these are all, you can add more and put your favorite ones. Look at the analytics, in this case, profit margin or back ordered items or sales orders which are incomplete, etc. You can click on it and drill down on it and get more details. Again, I'm not going to talk too much about it. The focus is on the integrated demo of the channel management processes. So we've created an order 83, and I'm just going to search for that order. And you can obviously search based on customer, PO number, etc. So this is the order which has been created. I'm going to click on this order and go to the details of this order. So this order has been created for the distributor Allied Materials. And this is the PO number. We just call it a demo order. And these are two products, 202 and 002. 5 pieces and 9 pieces are being sold to them. And if you look at the pricing, it is $900 each, 5 pieces, which is $4,500 for product for 202. And for 002 is $2,100 at 9 pieces, $18,900 is the total price. If you look at the transaction history or document flow for this order, you can see that we have created an outbound delivery, which is the shipping document, which generates the packing slip, and you do the picking as well in the warehouse, pack it, and send it to the customer, and then relieve the inventory. And after that, the system will automatically invoice this document, the delivery, on the same date. But in our process, we are doing it manually. So I'm going to create the billing document manually in the system. Oh, sorry. So I created the billing document manually. Now, if you look at it, the billing document was created. I'm going to 90042, and I'm going to show the billing document. And as you can see, it is for distributor Allied Materials for the products 202 and 002 with 5 quantity, net value of 4,500, and 002, 9 pieces, value of 18,900. The prices come from the sales order, the quantity comes from the delivery which was used for shipping, or the products which were shipped out. Now I'm going to hand it over to Suresh, who will show the next process of sell-in.
Ashish, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so now we are in the channel data management system of Insen 4, and what you're looking at are the 2 lines of the invoices that Ashish had sent from S4HANA. So these were the 2 invoices for Allied Materials. Sales in, it shows you the part number, the quantity 5 and 9, and what the prices were, $900 per unit price there. So this is the sales in data. So the next thing I want to show is, so this is a sales in data that's coming in from S4HANA. Now I want to show you how we're going to collect the POS data. So just for the lack of time, it's going to be pretty quick. What I'm going to do is, the partner is going to send the 4-record POS data to the application by email. That's easy to demonstrate. And then I'm going to show how the system processes it using the pipeline, okay, in real time. So what I'm going to do is I've got a 4-record POS file. You can see that this is, it's got the bill to information, the ship to information. It's got the pricing information from the partner. So the partner is going to send this using just an email mechanism, just for the demo purposes. Okay. So let me bring up an email. And so here is an email that I'm going to send with as an attachment. So I've attached that file to this email, and then I'm going to send it to the our CDM system, and then you'll see how the CDM system will process that data automatically. It will take a little bit time, a few seconds, I think. It just, as soon as the the email has to go through the gateway and get there to the application. So as soon as the email is received, the application will start processing it here. Okay, you can see that it's already arrived. It says it's in progress. So if I click on that pipeline, it shows you it's already processed. It did the upload, it did the mapping, it did the import, it's doing the resolution. Resolution is where it's trying to match the bill to, ship to, the products, and enrich it with territory, region information, etc. So this is happening in real time. So it finished all the resolution or the matching operation. Now it's doing an independent valuation of the transaction. Because the partner reports the the unit price, etc. But we can use either a FIFO of invoices or the price book to do an independent valuation and make sure that it matches what the partner is reporting. And then the last stage is a fuzzy match, or the machine learning stage, where the system is, those bill tos and ship tos or sold tos that the system couldn't figure out because it could match against the customer master. It's trying to do a fuzzy match and using some machine learning techniques to match it to what's in the account master. So if it's not there, then you have to create a new account. Okay, so now so that's what that part is doing. Now you can click on any of the stages of this, and you can mouse over, and it will give you a summary of what's going on. For example, I moused over the mapping stage. It shows you there were 5 records. One is, of course, a header, and there are 4 data records. And you can, for example, you can click onto the resolution stage, and you can mouse over, and it will give you a summary of that. Okay, it shows you there are 4 records seen. It's a sales file, and it shows you all the rules that were applied to do the resolution. So you have access to all the logs, everything from here. So if there is an exception, so you don't have to look at this pipeline if there's no exceptions. The data will get processed, matched, it'll come out as revenue quality data, and it can be used in all your downstream applications. But if there is an exception, it will show as an exception on the screen, and then you can fix it all from the screen, looking at the log files, going back and changing the mapping, whatever the resolution is. You do that using the UI, and then you come back here and say restart from exception, and then the system will, the pipeline will restart and finish out the job. Okay, and if I go back to the my home page, this is my dashboard for the processing pipeline. It shows you, it shows you what the files that's being processed. So if you have, this is just a demo, so I've got 2 files that's being processed. So I can click on any of these counts. It will take you to the, for example, here is a data file for sales. There are 2 data files. So if I click on that, it will take me to a screen where it gives you more details on the 2 files that came in. The most recent file is the first one. It tells you that it came by email, and the name of the file, the file format. So it's got all the information here. And if you want, you can select that, and you can download your raw file or the process file. So you have access to all the information from the user. So it's pretty much like a self-serve platform. Okay. So the next thing I want to show is, before I talk a little more about the price protection, I want to kind of show what the CDM system looks like quickly. So this is your home screen. When you log into the channel data management application, you see the home screen. You have a summary of your channel performance. You have a trend that shows you, what's your revenue, how much is the revenue by month. You have a partner scorecard. It shows you, and I have 4 partners in the system, so it shows you a score of between 1 and 10, show you how the partners are performing. And this is the various factors that's used in calculating the score. Things like, did the partner meet the revenue expectation? Did they meet the inventory expectation? Are there any issues with the files? Did they report the files on time? So you can include a lot of factors in here. Now from here, I can go to the actual main dashboard. So the main dashboard, this is a main dashboard, and here you can slice and dice the data the way you want. For example, on the top banner, it shows you what's your total revenue, and it shows you what is the ending inventory valuation on the, this is of course the last day of the, we have data for 2020 and 2021. So this is the ending inventory valuation on December of 2021. And it also gives you the weeks of inventory, across all the partners here. And here is a trend chart that shows you month by month, what's your revenue, what's the ending inventory for that month, and how many weeks of inventory is left in the channel. So you can see this by month. You can do by quarter, or you can do semi-annual. So this is all standard, dashboarding mechanism here. On the right side is your partner scorecard. It shows you for each partner what their score is based on the factors that I mentioned before. Here is a geomap that shows you by region what's your revenue, or by territory what's your revenue. So that's a geomap. Then you have your top 10, who are your top 10 end customers, top 10 resellers or contract manufacturers, who are the partners who are returning products. You can see that partner 1 returns 5.77% of what's been shipped to them. And then here is more things like, what are your top 10 products, families, etc., etc. So there's a lot of, this is very configurable. You can add and remove more components. And of course, you can, if you want to look at specifically at partner 1, you can click on that, and now the entire dashboard changes to just for partner 1. So partner 1's revenue, and ending inventory and weeks of inventory. And if you want to look at a specific part, you can go here and click on that specific part. Now the whole dashboard should switch to that part. So here is your partner 1 dashboard. Then if I should be able to click on the product. So I clicked on that one particular product for partner 1. The entire dashboard is for that one part for the, and that partner. You can see that part, the revenue is 3.2 million. The ending inventory is 3.7K. and there is only 0.13 weeks of inventory left, which is not good. There's not enough sufficient inventory because that's a fast moving part, and it's showing you that the partner is not holding enough inventory in case there's a demand surge, right? So that's a quick example of the CDM system. Now I want to go back to the and show you that 4 POS data that came in. Okay, so if I go back to the sales screen and select sales out, I select sales out data and retrieve. And so these are the 4 records that came from Allied Materials for the part 202 and 002. It shows the quantity, the unit price, et cetera, et cetera. And then the system also automatically does the inventory reconciliation. So if I go to the inventory reconciliation screen, this is the 2 parts that we looked at. So for part 002, you can see that the inventory price is $2,100, and you have 900 sales in, sales out is 9, and that's your inventory that's calculated, 891 units. And this is the inventory that's reported by Allied Materials. And for 202, you can see that the partner Allied Materials reported the inventory to be 148, but the system calculated the inventory to be 144. So there is a discrepancy here. So this is where the reconciliation comes into play. The system will always take what the system calculated as truth, but of course you can reconcile it or adjust it to the right number. So the reason why it's 144 is your 150 unit sales in, 6 unit sales out, so the inventory has to be 150 minus 6. Of course, if there are in transits, RMAs, and the reconciliation module would take all that into account to come out with the variance. So you can look at the variance between what's reported and what's calculated and resolve it. Okay. So this is the inventory reconciliation screen. Now I want to show you the price protection program, but before I show you the price protection program, I want to show you our incentive management application. So now we are in the incentive management application home screen, and again you have a summary dashboard that shows you what's your revenue, how much of the revenue is used in all the incentive calculations, what's your attainment for rebates and incentives, and how much was the incentives as the system calculated, and then the payments. And then again, this gives you a month-by-month breakdown of your revenue, your incentives or rebates or price protection credits, and then how much was paid out to your partners. And then below that is again an operational dashboard that shows you how many of your programs are approved, how many payment or credit memos were created, how many of the claims that came in were approved, rejected, etc. You can click on any of this number, it will take you to the detailed screen. Okay, and of course, just like the CDM, there is a dashboard as well, which gives you a lot more details on the various types of incentives. And here it's again showing you on the top banner the total revenue that was used for calculations, and then attainment, incentives, and payments, etc. And again, it shows you by month, what the incentives, revenue, attainment, and payments are. There's a geo map, and then it shows you the top 10 payees. This one shows you the various types of rebate programs, the volume rebates, growth rebates, ship and debit, bundle rebates, co-op funds, market development funds, price protection, stock rotation, etc. Okay, and these are some of the programs that's interesting. For example, let me show you a price protection program here. So if I drill into that sample price protection program, this is a price book that came from S4HANA that's used for calculating the price protection credits. And if I look at the price protection lines, this particular program was for this part. Okay. Another example is stock rotation. The stock rotation. So here is a stock rotation program. Again, if I look at the stock rotation, there are 2 parts that is participating in the stock rotation. One is a scrap. So this product is going to be scrapped, and this product is going to be returned by RMA. And and you can see that for the scrap, they're going to get up to 50% of their sales in invoice. And for the return product, they're going to get only 10% of their sales in invoice. So you can, this is all configurable. You can configure to whatever you want. Okay. And then here is another interesting a bundle program. And what I want to show you here is if you have a product that's sitting in inventory that's not moving fast, you can bundle that product with with another set of products. Here we are bundling a slow-moving inventory product with a product category communication whose revenue unit price is less than $100. So if you bundle these two, because this communication product is a fast-moving product, the other one is slow, and then you give, say, for the slow-moving product, you give 100-unit credit, a credit of $100 per unit, and then for the $2,000 communication product, you give 5%. So that's one way to specify your program, and you can also, make it a tiered program, like what I'm showing here. You can, again, if you sell up to 500 bundles, you get only 100% of the credit. If you sell 500 to 1,000 bundles, you get 125%, etc. Now, moving back to the price production program. So this is a price production program that was created and in channel data management, and where the sales and came from SAP, right? So I can, if you drill into this, you can see the details of the price production program. And it shows you the two parts that we talked about. Right, by mistake I logged out. Let me just log back in here. Okay, there you go. Sorry. Okay, so this is a price production program. What I want to show you is once the analysis run, now you can look at what the results are. So if I click on the summaries, it shows you on the program level that there was $5,895 of credit, which is calculated by the system, and then it was authorized and paid out, right? And you can also look at on the transaction level. For example, if this was on the program price production program level, I can look at the transaction level, and that shows for each transaction, how much was a credit. For example, these are the two parts we looked at. The 002, the inventory quantity was 891, the inventory price was 2100. The price production price, which is a reduced price, is 2095. So that's a $5 reduction in the price, and the system calculate the price production credits to be 891 times 5, and that is $4,455. And for the second part, like 202, the inventory from the reconciliation module was 144. Price reduction is $10, and so it calculated the credit to be $1,440. But you can see that the partner claimed $1,480 because they thought the inventory was 148, but the system calculated the inventory to be 144. So we didn't pay the amount they claimed, we only paid less. Okay, so this is an interesting example. And here is an example of a claim. So here is
we have only 1 minute. Can you process quickly?
Okay. So here is a claim that was submitted by the partner, and the claim shows that for the two parts, how much they claimed and how much was paid out, etc. And the system also creates payment memos, which is sent to. Here is the credit memo that was created, and so here is a credit memo that was created that is sent to S/4HANA. And Ashish, you got it.
Okay, thanks, Ajay. Okay, so in the interest of time, I'll quickly show you what has been created. There's not much of time, so I go into the credit memo request. I put in the document date and say, okay, what was created today? And it shows the number which has been created. It is for allied materials. We just got one material, so you can actually roll it up do it at summary level, the total amount, or you can get the individual parts like 2002, 002, etc. There's a billing block. Once the billing block is removed, the system will automatically invoice it. It will be done by the channels analyst to do that. And then there is order reason called price protection. It is going to be used for reporting purposes. So you can see the end-to-end integration. And then I will come to the key takeaways are like, you can always leverage this channel data management solution for doing an end-to-end process, getting data in any format and processing it, and using that data for incentives, can be used for supply chain planning, it can be used for tracking global inventory, it can be used for moving inventory from distributor A to distributor B. You can use the SAP S/4HANA solution for high-tech semi-manufacturing and consumer good companies for the all procure to pay, order to cash, financial, manufacturing, supply chain, and inventory management, which is fully integrated with the channel management solution. Using the SAP's middleware, or you can use direct APIs or third-party middleware to integrate as well. That is all I had from Ajay. Want to take over?
Thank you, Ashish. So we are completely run out of time. We have a couple of questions. So what we will do is that we will collate all the questions and their responses, and we will share the responses with all the attendees in next couple of days. And let me mention this, that this is a series of webinars. And the next one will be the ship and debit, and after that, sales commission. And if you still have some questions, we will definitely, we have mentioned the email ID of Accrete. You can reach out to us. If you have some challenges related to channel management, you can discuss with us. We can schedule a meeting that is completely free of cost in terms of consulting. So this is what we have for today. Thank you, Suresh, Angel, and Ashish. Especially, Angel, thank you for your time for today, for your insights on SAP. And thank you all our attendees for joining us today. A recording of this webinar will be sent to you shortly. On behalf of Accrete Consulting Solutions and our presenter, we appreciate your participation and wish you a fantastic day ahead. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.